Um, this album, if you've heard it, for me, it feels different. It feels, it's dope. It feels really different. So I wanted to treat it as such. Putting it up on Bandcamp first for those 114 people who follow me on Bandcamp. Hopefully they purchase the album. I know I purchased my own product. Big up to Verse because he purchased it too. So we investing in ourselves by buying our own product, right? So big up to everyone who follows me on Bandcamp and able to download the project. It is all the way live. We just did a live chat in Bandcamp as well. Got some good feedback from the people there. Big up to, forgot the user's name, but he purchased my whole catalog, yo. 13 solo projects and the group projects. Salute. I appreciate that. Tonight is Season of the VIC. And I definitely want to jump into this. So, big up to everybody who has been supporting since day one. I need some joints to play on my show. I got you. Yo, if you don't mind, on Facebook, DM me. Fuck it. Matter of fact, send me a text, 202-427-3914. Send me a text of your email, Mike, and I see you the whole joint tonight. And you know what I mean? I see you the whole joint tonight. Big up, Dr. Livingston in the building. L Boogie in the building. All right. Big up to everybody. Thank y'all so much. So, my first curator for tonight. Bet. Okay, no doubt. I definitely look for it. I'm looking for my phone and shit, and I'm on my phone. Boo-boo. So, my first curator for tonight. I've been knowing this sister since her boys were youngins, like running around in the living room with just drawers and no shirt, like they. And I was blessed enough to ask to be her third son's godfather, and I treat her like family. I treat the family like family. I call them my Jamaican family. So if you ever hear me talk about I'm going to my Jamaican family house, that's where I'm going. So I've been knowing her for a very long time. She's done a lot of things in the community. She is a community planner. She has this all black women's group called Black Women Connecting Communities. And she's a sound engineer and audio techie person. She goes by the name Measure 5 in the building. She goes by the name, oh man, Text the Great in the building. All right, she goes by the name of Carib Jim, and I'm going to bring her up right now. Let's see if I can find her. There she goes. Unless she's sending me another joint. There you go. So, please everyone give fire emojis to Carib Jim. Doing the work. Keep the faith in the building.
Hey.
Carib in the building.
You are crazy with that. I was over here laughing like I don't know what. I'm like, he's really going to do this. He's really going to do this, though.
So, welcome again. Thank you for the fire emojis for Carib Jim in the building. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
And, yeah, just...
thank you for that intro, by the way. That was a great intro.
Oh, I appreciate it. I be trying to work on it. Thank you so much. And my next curator, she goes by the name of Lonnie Boheen, a.k.a. Natasha, a.k.a. Breezy Malone, a.k.a. Sunflower. She's got a new project out called Lonnie 2. She's also a film director. She's the actress. She's a model. She's a singer-songwriter. She be in her creative bag, and she got a lot of shit going on. So if you're looking for voiceovers, that's the person. You know what I mean? To help you to call on. Come in, bring in, pick up the flowers in the building. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all.
So
Let
funny.
me find Lonnie. Bring her in the building. I sometimes I hate Instagram because I gotta find everybody. Oh no, I don't. There she
That's why I
go.
tried to send you the request so you wanted to find me.
Right, Lonnie. Send. Oh no, you don't. You don't have to send me a request because it's right there. Yeah, send me another request because Instagram don't like me right now.
Because you keep saying in the
In the
building,
building.
they hating on you.
Who do you need to come to South Carolina? In the building, Dr. Livingston. That's my good homie, Dr. Livingston. All right, we're waiting. We're waiting for Lonnie to be in the building. But let me. So, Carib, tell people what you actually. I would like for you to share your experience of being a community planner. What are the things that you're so proud of as far that you've been doing in the community?
I'm proud of a lot. I've been working in the community since forever, to be totally honest. But in reference to my program, A Basket of Cheer, since 2010 officially, been working, so that's about 15 years now. And
Uh
with A Basket of Cheer, we give out food baskets and hot meals and cheer packages to the community, but specifically our seniors. Year round, we're definitely serving our seniors. Our youth is in there as well, but our seniors really, really need us. It's a lot of elders that you see around you that they don't have family, immediate family, or that they don't have anyone to help them or check in on them. So that's where we step in, at least on the food side, with food baskets and hot meals. So we just did one actually last Friday. We serve Cheval Court in Forestville, Maryland. St. Barnabas Episcopal Church on St. Barnabas Road in Temple Hills, Maryland. They were actually doing their fish fry
huh.
fundraiser, and they're one of our community sponsors. So whenever they do their fish fries, we make sure that we pencil that in as one of the times where we provide hot meals to our seniors. So we handed out about 50 hot meals last Friday to our seniors, and we go door to door, knock on the door, talk to them, check in, see how they're doing. They haven't seen us in a few months, so they were totally happy to see us. And I just love serving. That's something that's dear to my heart. Um, and I'm gonna be doing it until I leave this plane,
Word.
this existence.
That's what's up.
That's what fulfills me.
Word. That's what's up. Born Seven Supreme in the building. All right. We got Lonnie Bohem in the building. How you doing, Lonnie?
What's up, y'all?
Hey, Lonnie.
Hi, sis.
So I would love for you to share with us. You know, I gave you I did an intro for you, but I would love for you to let people know what is new with you and how can people get involved in what you're doing.
Okay. Like you mentioned, I did release my third project as Lonnie Bohem, and it's entitled Lonnie 2. It is on all streaming platforms, and you can literally listen to that whenever. Also, at the moment, I am putting together a creatives roundtable on TikTok Live. So every Sunday on TikTok Live, what I end up doing, and Enoch is a part of my panel, I give a creative an opportunity to showcase their talent, and we give them feedback in real time. We also give the chat um, you know, time to listen or see what this person does and also give feedback. They gain followers, we gain engagement, and overall, we build a connection in the creative community on TikTok. So that's been my passion project right now, and that's what I've been putting my focus towards while I'm still getting ready to start back filming, but in the meantime, I wanted to give back to my creatives, and that's the best way I know how to.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Khalees in the building. All right. Somebody say, stop doing that. Look, this is my live. You can in
Oh,
the building. At any rate, so tonight I'm gonna be getting Q&A in about Season of the Vic, which is the new project. I believe that Lonnie asked, will I be playing any of the records or the project? I don't know yet. we'll see if that's how y'all want to do. Y'all want to start me playing one of the tracks and then we jump into it? How y'all want to do it? Because I know y'all strategize for me tonight. So
I think we should. You don't gotta play the whole thing. Just a little, taste.
Little snippet
little
here and
snippet.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
little snippet.
let's see. Let's go.
What you starting with? The first
Winter,
track.
winter.
Okay,
Great
Winter.
choice.
If you can hear it, give me fire emojis. You feel that? Like Ray Charles and Peter Long. I feel it for the ladies. Take the risk. Make it do it again. One time. Don't get blinded by the BPOs and pretty face. Just poison. Ricky Martin. I'm definitely like that. Cause she's poison. Ricky, Mike, and Ronnie. Let's see. Measure said louder. I know it's low because it's coming from my speakers, y'all. This is coming from a speaker. It's not. I don't. At any rate, go to Bandcamp. Listen to it on Bandcamp, and
Absolutely.
you can turn it up as loud as you want. But I don't have those particular speakers, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I don't. I know I got to turn it up. I'm so sorry. I mean, I could do this, put it closer to the speaker. But since y'all want to get loud and y'all hip hop heads, y'all like the shit loud. Okay, well shit. Let's see.
No, because I'm listening to Sean. I'm so. Let me get that. Are we outside? Yeah, I think we're outside. I think I'm outside. Really outside with it. Look on me. All prices to wear dogs before the snow. I'm head talk where the big wing walk thick and no particular order. Seasons change, mad things get raised like the love of a stock on straight in order. Devils in the details, putting the liquor, reading the braille. You feel that? Like Ray Charles and Peter Long. Feeling for the ladies, take the risk, make it do it again. One time, don't get blinded by the BBOs and pretty face, cause it's poison. Ricky, Mike, and Ronnie. Can y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that shit? Was it loud enough? The music
It,
ain't loud enough. Bump up the
it
volume. All
was
right.
louder. It was louder.
Okay. Good job. Thanks a lot, guys who have the ears to hear. Cause sometimes I think that shit be sounding loud and it don't be. But at any rate, yes. That was called Winter. Because she's poison. Ricky, Mike, and Ronnie.
That was actually one of you the listening party attendees from earlier.
Hmm.
That was one of their favorite songs.
That's dope. That's one of my favorite songs as well too. Yeah, yeah.
Now, I got a question already. That part where you say it's poison, what are you talking about? What are you referring to?
Okay, so
Because you say it
great.
a few times throughout
Yeah,
the song.
because I say because she's poison. Ricky, Mike, and Ronnie. So if you are a Belle Biv DeVoe fan and you knew the song, that girl is poison. Okay, so they do that, right? So actually, to be to be transparent, after I said what I said, I was like, what can be all praises due at the altar before the slaughter? My pen talk like a penguin, walk thick with no particular order. Seasons change, mad things rearrange like the love of a stalker, restraining order. The devil's in the detail, signs still and delivered, reading in braille. You feel that like Ray Charles on Heron, a fiend for the ladies. Make it do what it do for the one time. Don't get blinded by the BBLs and pretty face because she's poison. Now, I'm still on that Ray Charles vibe because Ray Charles was blind, and the way he could tell a fine woman was by her wrist.
Virus. Yeah.
So he was like, "Gonna make it do what it do, baby." So it's like For the one time though. This is on tour. It's just for the one time. We gonna make this do what it do for the one time. So I took that and was like, well, Ray Charles was blinded by the BBLs and pretty face because she's poison. Now, the poison could deal with Ray Charles being on the dope. The poison can be dealing with just the song that BBD had. That girl is poison. So I just flipped it and I say a big butt and a smile because I thought I could be a little more creative than that. So I said, don't
Yep.
trust the BBLs and pretty face because she's poison. Ricky, Mike, and Ronnie. So it all ties in with the musical backgrounds of Ray Charles, BBD, and then that second verse, I'm still on that new edition wave because Bobby Brown had beef with BBD on a tour one time. So when I said I'm on my new edition, Bobby Brown on Whitney Houston. So I'm on a new wave because I got Whitney Houston now. I'm
Mm.
BBD,
Think you
y'all
you
dealing with
think you
girls.
the ish.
Right.
Mhm.
BBD, y'all messing with girls who are poison. I got Whitney
Mm.
Houston. So that's kind of like how I kind of played with that. If
Okay.
that answers your question.
It does.
Okay.
It does.
So, so I have a question that isn't necessarily about a song, but in the general sense of your album. So your title, Season of the Vic, what inspired that title and what is the Season of the Vic?
Great question. So let me set this up because 2024, the middle part of 2024, I would say like maybe early part of December. I was talking to my man Freedom Black. We were on the phone talking, just chopping it up, and he said, "Yo, God, have you seen the HBO series called The Penguin?" I was like, "Nah, I ain't seen that shit." He was like, "Yo, I think you should watch it because you may get some ideas, or you may put that whatever in a verse when you watch it." So I said, "All right." So I binge watched The Penguin, and there was a character in there. His name was Victor, right? For those who know me personally, my government name is Victor. So as I'm watching it, I said, "Damn, okay." Vic had it together, but at the end, the penguin had to off him. He had to let him go. But the season of the Vic, he was in those seasons. His name was Vic. That's the surface level.
Mhm.
The undercurrent level of that is that December the 23rd, I believe, and Versa can correct me on that. We started talking about working on a project. He started, hey Enoch, let's work on the project. And I said, damn, let's call it Season of the Vic. Because I was gonna take bits and pieces from the Penguin movie and put it in the album as interludes. I mean,
Oh.
as, the series as interludes.
Hmm.
So then one day I think it was me, Red Bruja, and Terry Ann. We was all just chilling and talking. And I said, well, Khalees, can you be a part of this album? It's called The Season of the Vic. I had no idea where I would want it to go with it. I said, hey, I need you to I need you to explain each season in a spiritual sense before the record come on. Like you explain if we're going into summer, give me some spiritual aspects of how we getting into summer. She's like, all right, Enoch. 6 months pass, maybe 3 months pass, versus sending me beats. I'm picking the beats out. And here's the undercurrent level of that. Season of the Vic in New York, if I'm not mistaken, when you say you got Vic, that means you either got robbed, somebody took your shit. That's another abstract part of that. But Season of the Vic is just me expressing my seasonal experiences, and it's just expressing that, you know, the undercurrent of who I am and the music, and just allowing the music to push me in a certain direction. And that's what it did. So Season of the Vic was basically another play on words because on Section 8, I said, season of the victor. Call me a matador. No time for bullshit underlay. Already been telling y'all season of the Vic was coming, but I didn't know how it was coming. So I said season of the victor.
That's
So
right.
when my grandmother named me, my names means to be victorious. My name is the winner. My name is, so forth and so on. So yeah, that's how like the title itself came about, Season of the Vic.
Okay. Cool.
Did I answer your question? Okay,
Yes. Yes, you
cool.
did. Yes, you did.
Now I want to circle back to winter real quick. Because when we were doing the listening party, we had one of the attendees basically say that that's definitely some romantic warrior stuff. They were saying if you check out Return to Forever, Romantic Warrior, then we would understand what they meant.
I
So
I,
I'm
I
not
would.
familiar with it.
I would maybe verse would, you know what I'm saying? I can do some knowledge on that. So when it comes to a producer creating their being creative, I never ask where they get the sample from if I can't hear it already. Like there's certain
Mhm.
beats that you hear like, oh, I know where they got that sample from. That's not my job. My job is to write and marry the beat and make sure that I am me and the beat are on the same page. That's my job. Now, I understand what he was talking about, that the one of the listeners, it does have that type of taxi. Have you ever watched the show Taxi
Mhm.
and you see the intro and you may see somebody kind of chop that up and make a beat out of it? That was I took it as that beat was really cold to me. It was cold beat.
Mhm.
So I said, yeah, let's name this shit Winter because this felt cold to me. It felt real cold as energy wise. So yeah, that listener, I think that person you're referring to, they're really heavy in the jazz. They're really heavy in the jazz. If you go check their catalog and what they purchase, and they really into jazz. So I can definitely understand that, and I would definitely go do my research and listen to what he was talking about as well too.
Cool. So I have a question about your writing process on this album. So for each song, did you write them in different seasons? Like I know you said this has been a project
Good
that you've been
question.
working on for a while. So is this something that you wrote through different seasons? And out of all of your songs on this project, which one is your favorite song?
I I wrote this project when I was detoxing, when I was on a 31-day fast. That's when I wrote the project. Um, I that's as simple as I can make it. I didn't write it. Say for instance, I think what you were asking is if, hey, I wrote this song in the wintertime, or I wrote this song in the springtime, or I wrote this song in the summertime. I wrote all those songs during my 31 days of detox, whether raw juice, foods, vegetables. That's when I started really writing and being more creative because the beat itself transported me to winter. It transported me into summer. It transported me into autumn. So I was writing from those my imaginational places of, ooh, how this beat makes me feel. So I started to write like that. You know, Winter was written with a cold heart because certain things I was saying, it was like,
Mhm.
and I was really aggressive. I was really aggressive on it.
Yeah.
All praises due at the altar before the slaughter. Like, so what does that mean? It's time to serve and it's time to get rid of. So all praises due, most high creator. That's just like when you praying before you eat. All praises due at the altar before the slaughter. It's like, yeah, most high, please forgive me what I'm about to say, but I gotta say it like this because that's how the beat is driving me. So that was my whole thought process of journaling. I was journaling the whole 31 days. I was writing also too. Me and Verse was having a communication back and forth about it. I was just in my creative bag. and that's what I could say. I was in my creative bag at the time.
Now,
And which song is your
I,
Oh,
favorite?
and my favorite is, I like the whole album, but if you would
Okay.
say my favorite would be, I like Winter. I like all of them, but I think for me writing, my favorite is Autumn because it allowed me to connect my heart and my mind at one time. You talking to my therapist about the project. Just she not hip hop at all, but she allowed me to get my so that kind of helped me to dial certain things back and be more transparent within Autumn. So Autumn is one of my favorite uh, records on this project. I love Winter though, but yeah, Autumn is one of my favorite ones. Season of the Vic.
I got a question about the artist.
Yes.
You had about two, three feature artists on this track, and I want to know, like, how did you connect them with this track? Because all of them seem to really fit, like, in the track, like, go, really blend with it. How did you choose them?
So that's a fucking awesome question. I me and Verse have been knowing each other since I got back from college, which was 2000. It's 2025. We was in a group called Culture Cipher. So we kind of already, as men and as young men back then, we kind of already set our presidency of how we work with each other. Verse can rhyme. Verse is a writer, and he's a producer too. So Verse, Last Measure, who is on Spring, Verse, and Last Measure. This particular song itself was called at one point No Peace Treaty. So that particular song circled the block a couple of times. And what I mean by that is supposed to have been, landing on someone else's project. I was involved in it, and I was like, "Yo, Verse, what you gonna do with that no peace treaty?" He was like, "Oh, I don't know, son. Maybe I save it for later." He was like, "All right, cool." He said, "What about we add it to Season of the Vic?" And I said, let me listen to all the beats I have in order and see where it fits. And it fit right there as a palate cleanser to go into summer. So Last Measure did his verse. Verse did his verse. I did my verse. And it all matched up because it's a writing process. So we all was on the same border. We was all on the same line as writing the shit together. And I think it was meant for No Peace Treaty to be on Season of the Vic, because so it can get its proper just due, right? Not saying that it wouldn't outside of what Verse had planned for it, but he's the guy that keeps one in the chamber. Like, okay, what you want to do? What you want to do? Like, let's use that. Okay, boom, we're gonna use this. So that's how that fall in the line. Khalees, um,
AKA Rare Bruja.
yes, aka Red Bruja, and I think she's in the chat right now. She came over to record her piece, and she said, "Enoch, what you want me to do? What you want me to say?" I said, "You ain't write your own shit. Like, I want you to be you on the shit. You
Right.
sure? Yeah. I want you to just don't don't listen to what I'm saying in the rhyme. I want you to go the opposite. Some, that was my creative thought process. And then she listened to the beats and the rhymes for probably like an hour or two. She got up, came over here, and if when you listen to the seasons, you may start to hear her rhyme, but she was reading off a piece of paper that she wrote. And then all of a sudden she put it down, and then she started to actually just speak from the heart, like speak how she wanted to speak, and that was a safe space for her to be an artist, and not me telling her, "Hey, this is what I want you to say it like that." Number one, I don't got time for that. Number two, I want you to be authentic, authentically yourself, and that's what she did. So all of that shit was merging together, from the ad libs to the back and forth. So I told her in the beginning of Season of the Vic, I said, I want you to be the feature of this album. How how you gonna make her a feature of the album, Enoch, if she is not rhyming? She's gonna be
Well, you did a
all over
daggone
it.
good job of it because you surely did it.
She's gonna be all in that shit. She's gonna be woven into it. And if you really listen to Seasons, you will now understand that she's the genie in this whole shit.
You keep answering
I'm
questions that we had
I
sorry.
because that
know
was one of my
he's done that
questions.
so many times. I'm
Who's the
like, I gotta
genie?
think of more questions
You
Okay,
now.
I'm sorry. Go. Oh, you know what?
already answered.
But both of y'all was like, "Who's the genie?" Right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the story. 2011, I was photographing the 12th annual Heritage Festival in PG County. The star of the show at the PG County joint was, guess who?
Who?
Belle Biv DeVoe.
Oh, are you for real?
I'm for real. I got photos of Belle Biv DeVoe. So I just told Verse this story the other day. So I'm taking photos of random people. Boop, 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 boop. Far away, close up. I got the zoom on, all that. Far away, I see this person holding a small ass dog. I said, damn, I gotta get it before this person move. Wow, got it. After we finished the season of the no, boom, she got it right. When I was moving, that's 2011, 2021 ish. I was moving out of my apartment in DC. I had a move out party. Me and Kingsey just finished doing a moment of your time,
Yep.
and we were listening to that. Right. So Persia Red, who is my not my African sister, my Jamaican sister, Persia Red, she said, hey bro, can I bring somebody through, you know, just to vibe out? I trust her because I know she's not gonna bring anybody to my apartment that she don't trust.
Mhm.
So she walks in. She has a friend with her. She's like, yeah, my friend really loves your music. I said, word, okay, thank you so much, sis. And I said, damn, it felt like I've seen this person before. I ignored it. A couple of months later, Persia Red calls me. She said, hey, me and my sis want to do a photo shoot for our business we got popping off, or soon to be popping off. Can you take some photos of us? You met her before. I said, I have. She's like, yeah, I brought her to your apartment. Her name is Khalees. I was like, oh, yeah, she's cool. Bring her on. Boom, boom, boom. After we finished recording, after I known Khalees for years, after we finished recording, I come home and I'm looking for a photo of me and No Malice, because I was on tour with No Malice at one time from Clips. Because I just wanted to post it for nostalgia purposes, because he wasn't dead. Because you know how people be posting photos of artists and they be dead already. They be holding. That's why they be holding them shit so they can get some.
Crazy.
Oh man, I wanted to post.
That's so funny. Yeah.
I wanted to post it right then and there.
Celebrate the
Right.
living.
So as I am going through my Flickr account, if you know about Flickr,
I
going through my
Hmm.
do.
Flickr account, right?
I
Yes.
I see
do.
this 2011. I see Belle Biv DeVoe. I say, oh shit, I remember this day. I see El Boogie. I said, oh shit, she was there hosting boo.
Oh,
And
boogie.
I see this photo that I took of a person holding a dog. I say, yo, this person looks familiar.
Oh,
I sent
oh,
the photo
was it
to Khalees.
her?
And
Oh
she
my
goes,
gosh, it was
yo,
her.
bro, where did you get this photo from? I said, that's you? She said, yeah. I said, oh,
That's
shit.
crazy. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
So, spiritually, I've already met Khalees prior to Terry Ann bringing her to my apartment, prior to me taking photos of her prior to me asking her to be a part of this project, prior to her coming to the crib and recording. And it never hit me until I saw that photo. I said,
Meant to
oh,
be.
That's
I
crazy.
said, here's the intro, season of seasons. When I'm talking about there's a genie who walks through here every
Hey,
time. I've been following the genie since 2011, yo.
mm,
I'm telling people there's a genie that walks through here that's gonna be talking some shit and bloom, bloom, bloom. I'm the third party now. 2011. I've been following the genie. Now Khalees is the genie who is Red Bruja on the project. So it makes sense that spiritually that it circled the block again. So if I
Mhm.
would have put out Season of the Vic prior to, it probably wouldn't have hit as much as it is now. Who following
I
me?
was
And that's what she said.
laughing at him too.
Who following me? I've been following Khalees with the camera, but she didn't know that she didn't know she got her picture taken. You
Until you
feel me? So,
showed her.
huh?
I said, not until you showed her.
Not until I
She would have
showed
never
her.
known.
Never know. And that's so to answer the other question about the poison, Belle Biv DeVoe was there. Because she's poison. Ricky, Mike, and Ronnie.
That is so, yeah, that's awesome how that all ties in together.
It is. And to go back to something that Versal said earlier in the chat about Rare Bruja is that she's the anchor, the narrator, and the heart of the SOV.
Yes,
So
she
Hmm.
is. She doesn't make an appearance on Spring for obvious reasons, and she was like, I'm not doing nothing over Tupac. Let Tupac shine. Absolutely. Because
listen, since you brought him up, where my notes at? Because Tupac was on the spring one.
Hmm.
yes.
And you had clips like in the beginning and the end of Tupac.
Mhm.
So why did you even use him in that spring track? And then another question is he like relaying how you were feeling?
I would answer it on this. I'll answer it on this side. I would say that he was included in there from my view because we was doing the track called No Peace Treaty. Tupac was
Okay.
having beef with everybody. We know that, but he didn't want no peace treaty. Like he was like, I want to live. I want to do this. I want to. So that's my thinking that I thought Verse was thinking because he wove it into No Peace Treaty. You know what I mean? So I didn't name it No Peace Treaty because I was still sticking with the theme of seasons, and we named it Spring because it felt like it's a palate cleanser. It felt like yeah, we summer gonna be crazy. Summer gotta be crazy because it's so calm. You,
Hmm.
when I said in winter, I kind of set y'all up because what I said in winter was like the Illuminati want my mind, soul, body. I'm too godly. Use my fifth chakra as a shadi. I probably. And then spring, you hit Tupac. Spring, you hit Tupac. Now, Tupac has always said the Illuminati wants my mind. So he's been saying that. So it was just a set way into that. So that's the best way I can answer that question.
Okay.
So I have a question from a standpoint of a person who may not know your previous works, but they're coming in on this album. If they were to get a full scope of Enoch Seven Prophet through this album, which song or which track would you suggest they listen to?
A full scope.
Yeah, like if they like to get a scope of you as an artist now, what you've evolved to, which one
Uh,
reflects that best? Which track?
um, Autumn.
Mm.
The reason I keep saying autumn is because when I first started writing, it was hard for me to write affectionate songs. It was hard for me to write as a man, and it was hard for me or a young teenager, because I started writing in like 89, 90. it was hard. It's hard for me to show. It was hard for me to expose myself on that level to write a song that had emotions tied to it. So if if a person just starting backwards listening to my projects, I would want them to start listening to Autumn first, because you may see the development as a writer, you know, because some when it, when I hear artists say, or I'm at a show and I hear someone say, "Hey, I got any ladies in the house? I got a song for the ladies." And then when the ladies come to the front, there's bitches and hoes and I fucked you. This ain't a song. This ain't a song for the ladies, B. Like Slim, this not a song for the ladies,
They don't know what ladies are. They don't
right?
know. They don't
So
understand.
Mm-mm.
when I wrote when I wrote Autumn, I took my experiences. I used Khalees as a tool to write it. Like she was the catapult in writing for me, writing that way, because the way she was on the track. Like Carib, you heard the Autumn track before it was even kind of done. You just
Yep.
heard her verse in it.
Yep.
So when I got back home, when I saw you, I had to rewrite it so it can coincide with each other. It's very soft. It's very
It is.
especially as what Lonnie always say,
Versal said is Versal said is the Benita Applebaum of the project.
I would that's the analogy. I like that one. I like that one as well. It's the Bonita apple bomb joint. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because the genie was the Bonita apple boom, you know? Um yeah, yeah. That I would yeah, absolutely. I would say autumn. Because it just shows my soft side, or my caring side, or the hot chakra side. Because then we dealing with chakra music, I had to do with a song with the heart chakra. So everyone can relate to, even the beat itself is so melodic, it's so draws
Mm-hmm.
you in. You know what I mean? So Rare Bruja would say, this song is for the genies. Can when she said, let me let y'all know this too. So prior to the finishing product of Autumn, she said, um, she was talking and she said, rub my, she said, it sounded like she said pussy. That's what it sounded like she said, right? And I was like, let's keep it, whatever you say, let's keep it, because it's going to make me write a little differently. Like, just keep it like that. And then all of a sudden, we kind of thought I just removed it and say, hey, say something right here, right? So it made me go into this mode of a conversation with a woman, and how mentally that she can be attractive to me, and not and physical is last. So when she said, genie in the bottle, and then she said pussy, and I said, oh shit, that's dope. I can, and then I said, you know what? Let's go back. Let's do something else. And she said, genie in the bottle, you gotta rub me the right way. And I said, ooh, it's funny how the tables turn, knowing what I learned,
Mm-hmm.
showing my concern. It all started so I was just I was just taking memory, being transparent, because yeah, I was being transparent. You know, um, it all started when Jay was like, converse a little bit about this and that. Let me see where your heart is at. This is intimate. Is she really into me, or am I lunching? Now, if the
Can we play a
guys,
snippet? Can
huh?
we play a snippet, please? Can we play a snippet?
Yes,
Because they heard winter, but now we talking about autumn, and it's a totally different feel. So
Yeah.
I think we should just play a little bit.
absolutely. Let me jump to it, and let me turn
And
it up for
autumn,
all
by the
the hip
way,
hop
is the
heads.
longest track on the album. Autumn is the longest, and summer is the shortest. I noticed that.
You got a question for that, or you would? No. Yes.
I'm gonna wait.
Oh, okay. So let me play Autumn. And if y'all can hear it, that shit is loud. Fire emojis. Funny how it takes the lessons learned. Keep my mind concerned. Taking to me if I take the land right. You said in the lights, I have the earthquake. Catch a person on the call it on the ancestors. Make it funny people, make it frustrating. I continue to make it judgmental. State, play. It's funny how it takes turn. The wrong way I learned. Keep my mind concerned. Say this. It's funny how the things turn. You know what I never show me my concern. You know how it never changes and it happens. You say you think about this today. I want to see where your heart is at. Right? Which is to be an issue in it. You know, and I love you. Can be big against deep beyond it. True passion for drinking and stress freeze in the deep. And I see that you need it for it's funny how the things turn. Yeah, that's it right there.
I really like how when listening to Rare Bruja from the beginning to the end, it sounds like she's having a conversation. It sounds like she's having a conversation with you. It sounds like she's having a conversation with us, the listener, even though we're not responding. It sounds like she's having a conversation with us, like she's right beside us having a conversation. It sounds like she's having a conversation with the ancestors. So to me, I like the way that she was on every single track. She's on there talking. It kind of can I figure out the word? It kind of makes you feel like you're listening to the track with somebody if you're listening to it by yourself.
Mm.
It's like she's right there listening to it with you and kind of talking about the whole feel of it all. If you understand
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah,
I didn't
it's like
listen to
she's on your
it with
shoulder through
anybody.
the whole album.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Thank you. I like that aspect of it. That was really dope.
like guiding
Just
you.
like your guide in a sense.
Yeah,
She's guiding you. The
Mm-hmm.
genie guiding you.
Mm-hmm. And the genie is, yeah, she's definitely guiding me. And also the genie, as we talk about it even more, is also putting the battery in my back. She put it in winter. Oh, we outside? Oh, we outside? Like pull up on me. Oh, okay.
You
And
give
then
her that energy.
yeah. And Last Measure asks, what was the first song that I wrote for this project? And the first song that I wrote for this project was Winter.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, it was the first song I wrote for the project. So she was putting the battery in the back, from summer to autumn to the whole thing. Like even autumn, she put the battery in the back of like, I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna talk to you like this. because you know sometimes I think as a writer or as a man in general, I would say as a man in general, when you are soft spoken to with care and a little bit of transparency and care, and you can feel the care, you can see the transparency, makes the shit even doper because she allowed me to be soft. She allowed me to be safe in that space.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. You're saying that she was the sound, she was that guy that was leading me, right?
Hmm.
In autumn, if you listen to the rhymes again, how the hell did she know if I was lunching or not? Because I'm talking to myself.
Mhm.
Is she really into me or am I lunching? No, you're not lunching. Oh shit. She heard she heard me talking to myself.
Yep.
Cooking vegan pancakes. We beyond bacon. Scrambled tofu and passion fruit. Like, if you really listen to Summer, I'm talking to myself in one of these joints and she's answering me like, oh shit. And I don't realize it until the end. The end is nearing. That's when I realized like, oh, damn, Rare, you're hearing you hear what I'm putting down. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So, and then in Summer, I did the same to her. So that's why I want people to, when they get the project, to listen from top to bottom, because we're basically putting crumbs down. We're basically laying the whole shit out in front
Hmm.
of you, So, um, yeah, that's why I like Autumn, because things are telepathic, things are real, things are honest and true, things are me saying, um, you know, um, when I said the first conversation we had when we lit the J, did we even finish the J? No, we eating pancakes, we chilling, we talking. It's not about a one time. It's not about like
Right.
the intimacy of it is mental and spiritual and physical. If you really listen to Autumn, that's what it all is. I just said, can I rub your? I said, can I rub your genie if I, you know what I mean? Can I rub your lamp if I talk to your genie? In the sense of, you know, knowing what I know. It's not always about the sex part of it. It's more about the intimacy of the conversation and how far your mind can expand within the conversation. She gave me wishes, and she was talking about wishes in Autumn. So she gave me wishes. So yeah, yeah, Kalika, Red Bruhar actually, you know, with the beats, made me write even deeper and more transparent. But
Mm.
adding her to it allowed me to be authentic with it. If you really listen to it, there's really no hooks
Mhm.
except for
Mm-mm.
Ricky, Mike, and Ronnie. That's
That's
what
the only
some.
one
That's
that
the winner.
repeated. Yeah.
But it's more of a conversational piece, and I think I really love this project because it's well thought out. Not saying that my other ones aren't, but this is well thought out and more emotion behind it, and the fasting helped with it as well too.
I love that.
Yeah, when she says you don't want to play with my fire, I said you don't. Moments I Feelings I inherit from a moment of clarity. Check your tone when you talk to me. I'm a grown man. Get slammed, Bam Bigelow. Man, shit. She put the fire on that joint. Like when she said that, I had to come even correct. Cause if you don't want to play with nobody's fire,
Oh.
you got to tell them why. Don't talk
Mhm.
to me. I'm a grown man. You will get slammed, Bam Bigelow. We used to rock the Figaro, gold chains. How many people use Figaro in a damn line? Do you know what a Figaro gold chain is?
Stop it. Red just said something in the chat. He says that Red Bruhar also released the genie in the end, setting it free.
Yes. Genie, you're free. Yeah.
And that last song at the end is Autumn.
Yeah, it's funny how the tables turn. Knowing what I learned, showing my concern. So, um, that little piece right there was very. If we could go back in time with the information that we have now, the mistakes that we made back then, we wouldn't make them now.
Mhm.
No.
If we had the information that we have now, whether it's in relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's in a situationship, whether it's in a job place or whatever, the things that you know now, you probably would have had more concern back then when you was out here wilding out. So when I said knowing what I learned, showing my concern, I was showing my heart to the genie, and I was like, "This is what I want out of life. Like this is I don't need. Don't stress me out. Drinking herbal teas, feeling stress free is the remedy." Now I get back to Tupac because I didn't want to sound like Tupac when I said that. Stress free is the remedy. I said it like that, and I was like, "That shit sounds whack. It sounds like Tupac. How can I dial it down?" So that's what I wanted to be stress free. Is the remedy. Can I see your genie if I rub your lamp right? Come on, genie, help me out. You're free. So yeah, yep, damn sure right. She was the genie was let free. Set